Hello and welcome back to my podcast, Rare Eddie One. I'm your host of the very same name, Rare Eddie One. I hope you are having a fantastic and brilliant time. Tonight's episode, whatever time of day you're listening to this, it could be morning, it could be noon, it could be breakfast time, it could be midnight. I have no idea what time of the day you're listening to it, but I hope you're having a fantastic time. I hope I can maybe entertain you a little bit with a bit of some fun news, some scary news, and some fucked up news. We have a lot to get into tonight's episode, all from box office smashers and my predictions of what box office bombs are gonna be. Aliens, we've got ghosts, we've got face-peeling aliens, for God's sake. And let's not forget about the planet full of murderous robots that we've abandoned. There's a planet out there full of murderous robots. One's got a little fucking helicopter on it. A little helicopter on it. Oh no, what are we going to do? This planet. Anyway, let's get into tonight's episode. Sit back, relax, get yourself a cold one if you want. I've got myself a little cold one. If you're familiar to White Claw, this is Aldi's equivalent to White Claw, and it is delicious. So I'm going to sit back. We're going to have a chat. I'm going to talk to you about some fun stuff, some scary stuff. But let's get into it. So I'm just going to take a little sip first before we start the show. Cheers. Here we are at the BBC News. Now, I am not a big fan of the BBC. I think the robbing bastards, what they did to the for the over 75s, they were giving them free TV licenses, and then they took that back. They snatched it back, and I think they're fucking cowards for doing that. Absolute fucking cowards. Anyway, so let's get into it. I'm gonna probably use the help of my AI reader, because my reading isn't the best and I don't want to put you through that sort of hell. But tonight I'm going to start off with a good old ghost hunting at haunted house that sparked Hollywood interest. This is by Peter Shuttleworth. A child's gravestone in the garden. A monk-like figure supposedly appearing over a sleeping baby, and words carved on walls, all reported at a house once known as the UK's most haunted. Now, I sort of read this earlier and it gave me fucking chills now. Absolute chills. About 300 apparent paranormal phenomena was documented. A little nose rub there for you guys. I'm not Jewish, but I do have a big nose. I had no idea where that came in. I had an itchy nose. About 300 apparent paranormal phenomena was documented at a remote 17th century house that had national media coverage because of supposed spooky goings on. The multiple claims of the unexpected. Now, I've had a few crazy things happen to me that had shit me up. I assume quite the majority of people have had the not similar, but scary things go on. It fucking, where I am now, today's my age, I would probably go after it now rather than run, but I've not had anything happen to me in a long time, so who knows. Something happens, I'll probably run like hell. But let's keep reading on this. Multiple claims of the unexplained was a tale that interested Hollywood. It came after a family started to speak out about their Pennyford farm nightmare. reports to muffled voices in empty rooms. Figures appear hearing children singing and carvings and stains appearing on walls. I'd get the fuck out there if I was you. Well, they did. It sounds like it did in the end. I know I'd say I'd probably run to it, but if it kept on happening, I'd burn the house down, fucking burn it all. Get out of there. Who knows? It could be on an old Native American Indian burial ground here in the UK. Just get out of there. I'm being sarcastic with that, obviously. But saying that, the UK goes back centuries, so who knows what kind of burial grounds are under us all as we speak here in the UK. It could be from mass military graves to from the Romans to the Saxons, Viking burial grounds, the Druids. Who knows what's under our feet here in the UK. So attention by Mum of 4, Rose May Gower, who said she was desperate for answers. I fucking would be too. There were also claims of a huge wooden owl moving across the house on its own. Now, if that's moving by itself, there's a friend of mine was telling me a story of him and his daughter. They had a old shell, what was a big shell from the war, and they used to use it as a poker stand next to the fireplace. Now, they both witnessed a metal poker lift up out of there and fly across the room. I'm hoping to maybe get him on in future and have a chat with him. He's fantastic, this guy. He's got some great stories in the army and and in life as well. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic person. So I do know people who have witnessed things moving by themselves. I haven't myself, but a huge wooden owl moving on its own, and it is crazy. I'd be getting out there if, just say, this mic started moving by itself. I would be fucking out of there. Out there. I would probably look at it for a couple of seconds and think, what the hell's going on? I've got it caught on something, but I would be out there. So I'm maybe not as brave as I thought I was. If that's what, let me know what your thoughts are. So I'd like, in my head, I think I would run to it and try and investigate and see if there is something logical going on. Now, saying that, if it's happening to you and maybe you're by yourself, maybe I'm by myself, would I do that, or would I maybe get the hell out of there? Now, let me quickly finish off this paragraph and I will tell you of a story what happened to me. So she claims that a wooden owl is moving across the house and a pregnant girl appearing on the patio of their farmhouse in North Wales. Now, Wales is quite haunted. It's quite a haunted place, and then vanishing. So she appears and then vanishes. So something what happened to me. I'm guessing it was a night terror at the time, or it was very, very strange. Very strange. So I was sleeping. I was in my bed, starfishing, as we all do by ourselves. Starfishing. I can remember the night before, what happened before I went to bed, I watched Iron Man 3, and that's quite a blue, it's got a blue tint to that film. It's very blue. Yeah, I hope you know what I'm trying to get at there. Watching it, it's quite a blue film. So that nothing weird. And maybe chatting to my friend after watching it, and just bullshitting basically. And I got to bed about 1, 2. It's because it's the weekend. About 1, 2, 3. I'm in bed, and all of a sudden I'm in bed. Obviously starfishing, of course. But I'm dreaming now. I'm dreaming, but it feels like now. I know what you're gonna say. I'm dreaming of me laying there. Now you're gonna say, what do they call it? What do they call it? Basically, where you I can't think what it's called now, but it's like an out of body experience. But I'm dreaming, and in my dream, all of a sudden this light appears and it starts flashing. It's like a strobe. It's flashing, and all of a sudden I feel my body flashing, moving to the flash. I'm like in like this strobe effect, in my mind and my body, and it's just strobing. I can't sort of stop. And I look to my left, and I think I see an alien stood there. First off, I think it's the Grim Reaper looking at me, but it's huge, it's tall, it's skinny, it's huge. I see it, and I can't sort of move because I'm moving, but I'm like pulsating with this flash. And so I'm like looking at the corner of my eye, and I see it there. And then I look back and look straight up, and I sort of get moved. And I moved, and I take a swing at this thing. Now I punched the door because the door's open, and I don't know why I left the door open, but the door was open. Normally I shut the door, but I didn't really think of that now. I've only just thought of that. The door was open. Now, I'm not saying that's anything that I probably forgot to shut the door because it was hot. It was in the summertime. Now, I go to punch this thing, and I hit the door, and I am awake now, but I'm still, jerking to the flash and to the strobe. And I take a sip. I go to take a drink of my water, but I spill it all over the place, because I'm still jerking to the strobe. And I sort of wake up, and for some reason what popped into my head, I thought I was being abducted by aliens. Now this was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I get up and I walk around, and I'm shitting myself because I was like, have I woke up, or have I, during abducted stories of being abducted, you float. You're floating through the window. You can't actually do anything. You're floating. And I'm thinking, I thought to myself, have I woken up mid-float and sort of rescued myself? It turns out it was a night terror because it's happened 3 or 4 times. It's not happened since. It's not happened for a very, very long time. But it was fucking scary. Absolute scary. I may tell that story in greater detail on its own on my YouTube channel and my Rumble channel, so please subscribe to them. But that was scary. Let me know your stories in the chat, because this is a podcast show, but I will put it everywhere I can. So YouTube, Rumble, it'll probably go on Rumble first, but I'll put it on YouTube and Rumble. mainly at the same time, but it's going to be out on podcast first for your ears to enjoy. Let me know if you've got any scary. Let me know what your thoughts to that. I can't quite think of what it is when you're paralysed in your sleep. You're sleeping, but you're paralysed, but you think you're awake. I can't quite think what it's called. No, it's nowhere near the top of my head. I know what it is, and I could see the name, but I can't quite grasp it. So we'll continue with the article. So Rosie May documented what she believed to be unexplained experiences and was so spooked that she got a psychologist into her home in, this is where I use my great tool, read aloud.
Truden, Flintshire.
Truden, Flintshire, to do a study, and he found no rational explanation. Scary. Spooky. What's the BBC documentary paranormal about? Now, those reports of supernatural stories have been investigated in a new BBC documentary fronted by Radio 1 presenter saying, oh, for bloody hell, I'm going to butcher your name and I do apologise. So let's...
Shan Ilary,
who heard from those who say multiple spirits were doing stuff at the Pennyford farm that no one could explain. One day I was moving some dried flowers that had started to look a bit manky, so I decided to throw them away, Rose May wrote. After she started so what's scary about that? Rose May wrote, after she started documenting the goings on in the late 90s, I took them from the lounge to the kitchen and put them on the counter, dropping petals all the while. Somebody came. That's Rose May. Somebody came to the door and I was about 30 seconds and somebody came to the door and I was about 30 seconds, and when I came back every single petal had disappeared. They had been replaced by dead or dying half-drowned wasps. There was no sign of a wasp nest, and all of the doors and windows were shut. I'm not gonna pronounce that word either. Bloody hell.
Inexplicable.
Hell. Inexplicable. The paranormal documentary hears the spooky claims started when the Gower family say they found a Welsh word written on the inside wall of their empty home after they had returned from a New Year's Eve party. I don't know why I struggle saying that. At their daughter's house. The family said it read Tangleford, which is Welsh for peace in the religious context. Okay. The Gowers claim this started a flurry of Welsh words appearing like Here am Aros, which means long suffering, and oh my days, I gotta pronounce that.
Early DI,
which means
Persecutions.
I thought that's what it meant. Persecutions. Rosie May documented that the words appearing on the walls were uncommon Welsh words, and they as a family from England didn't speak or understand Welsh. Why was there a gravestone at the Pennyford farm? The family feel the catalyst from the supposed paranormal events was moving and gravestone. Normally happens when you move something like that. How many times, countless times I've heard, read, listened to paranormal stories that starts with something like this. Either they're moving gravestones, moving dead bodies, redecorating houses, that's a big one. But moving a gravestone, fucking hell, you've got to have balls. Moving a gravestone of a 15-year-old girl that had been propped up at the front of their home. So, is this a gravestone that was just propped up, or is there a grave under there? Jane Jones' headstone had been on the front path since the Gower family moved in during 1997, but they moved it to a more discreet place for a garden reception after eldest daughter Nicolette's wedding. Now, I'm just going to do that because I think I pronounced that wrong.
Nicolette.
Yeah. A documentary found Jane was born to Morgan Mary Jones in 1763 before she had died in 1778. By God, she wasn't old. And was buried in a field. We'd looked into it, and she was actually our relative, said local residents Maurice, who once lived at Pennyford Farm, who told the documentary about why the gravestone was in the garden. She died in childbirth, and they wouldn't allow her to be buried in consecrated ground because of the disgrace of having a baby at 14. It is plausible Jane is on the land, on that land. Bloody hell. So that might be a good documentary I might have a look into. It's on the fucking BBC, and I don't really want to look into the BBC. Nicolette told the paranormal documentary that after the gravestone was moved, all kind of strange stuff kicked off. What did witnesses experience at the Pennyford farm? One night, I awoke and saw a figure standing over the cot in the corner where my child is, she said. It was leaning over, looking into the cot where Quinn was sleeping. I couldn't see its face. It had a hood like a habit a monk would wear. I sat bolt upright, and it had just gone. It creeped the life out of me. Paranormal, the girl, the ghost, and the gravestone. Hell of a title. Features. So that's the documentary. I am definitely going to be looking into that. What are your thoughts on the paranormal, on ghosts, poltergeists? Funny shit going on. Yeah, demons. Reading that has fucking creeped me out, I've got to be honest with you. I'm a bit creeped out, and I've not read it all. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on all stuff paranormal. Yeah, all ghosts. I'm gonna bookmark that, and I'm gonna save that actually, because that's definitely I can make a good video out, I think. Let me save that. So I've saved that, and I will make a video on that. That's a hell of a prediction time. A Rare Eddie One's flop of the week. I think it's going to be Blue Beetle. You know, Batman is a fascist. You know, Batman is a fascist. From the director attacking fans, and our good, and one of my guys who I look up to, Ryan Kennel, who attacked him. Well, maybe not attacked him, but you know, they had some words on Twitter, and you know, he's pleased his job is done. You know, pissing off the fans, obviously. I have heard this film is shite, absolute shite. I've not seen it. I can't wait to see it, so you know, I can do a review on it and grift, as they say. It looks fucking awful. It does look awful. Yeah. Apparently there's a lot of forced racism into it. A lot of forced racism into it. The numbers, it's domestic box office, so it's been out 2-3 nights. 10 million. Budget 120 million. That's just the budget. Who knows what the marketing budget was? Who knows what the budget was when it was, you know, with a marketing budget, it could have been an extra 70 on, 80 on, 50. So would you put this film all in all at 200? No idea. So this is CNBC, and Barbie faces DC's Blue Beetle in the late summer box office showdown. Well, Barbie's still going to smash it. Not seen that either. With 3.3 million on Thursday night previews, Warner Bros. Discovery Blue Beetles is expected to take in between 22 million and 32 million during its opening weekend. Now, DC is going through huge flops. I can't think of a DC film that actually made money. Some people say Black Adam made money, but a lot of other people say it didn't make any money at all. 22 to 32 million, that's pathetic, really. The film airs in theatres after recent DC comic based films have flopped. Not just flopped, they've sunk at the box office, and as the studio undergoes major regime change. Box office analysts predict the film could thrive on word of mouth. Well, that director really hasn't helped by attacking fans, and an influx of Hispanic moviegoers. Even as a fellow Warner Bros. Release, Barbie keeps scoring big bucks. So they're basically trying to get their Black Panther moment for the Hispanic, the Hispanic people. Even though I've not seen it, but apparently Black Panther 1 was pretty a good film. Unfortunately, it came out when I really couldn't give a fuck about Hollywood. barely can at the minute with Hollywood at the minute. But I don't think this is going to achieve what they hope it's going to achieve. Apparently CGI is shite. The story is basically your generic teen superhero story. So you've seen Spider-Man. So we've seen this film. It's pink versus blue at the box office this weekend as Barbie continues a historic run in theatres. A little known superhero called Blue Beetle is looking to take top spot on the charts this weekend. I do apologise now. Here are the charts. Blue Beetle. Barbie. Maybe it has. It's still... That's Friday's day, so I'm not gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that tomorrow and see what it is. As Barbie continues, yeah, I've just read that. With 3.3 million from Thursday night previews, Warner Bros. Latest film based on DC Comics character is expected to take in between 22 and 32 million domestic debut. Meanwhile, Warner Bros. Barbie, which has steadily tallied 545 million domestically since its late July release, is expected to add between 17 and 22 million during its fifth weekend. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't think there was a right time to release this film. Maybe on Max. Mate, you should have maybe released this film on Max. They wouldn't have done that, obviously, because this is a Hispanic film. Everything from the director to the writer to the cast, it's all Hispanic. Yeah, it's... Let's have a... I thought I was going to show the trailer, but it's not, thank God. I think this is going to take a huge shit on Warner Bros. Desk. Continue to fuck up your universe, you fucking idiots. DC, unlike Marvel, had every character connected to DC, where Marvel didn't have. It still hasn't got Spider-Man. Does it have Hulk? I don't know. It's only just got back the Fox characters, so X-Men, Fantastic Four. It's only just got them back. And for 10 years, nearly, since Endgame, it was fucking riding high. And then in them 10 years, it didn't have X-Men. It didn't have Fantastic Four. It didn't have Spider-Man. Yes, they did a deal with Sony to have Spider-Man in its universe. But DC, on the other hand, had all the characters. It's not like, they didn't own the rights to Superman, so they can... No, they had Superman, they had Batman, they had Joker, they had Suicide Squad, they had... That's basically all I know of DC. They had the Blue Beetle, they had Arrow, the Flash, the Cyborg, Aquaman. They have them all. They have them all. And they continually fuck this up. I do wish Warner Brothers would sell DC, but who would they sell it to, and who would generally do a decent job? I don't think there was a production company out there or a studio out there that would do a good job, because, like I said in last week's episode, Hollywood has painted itself in a corner. It's chasing that 1%. It's continually chasing that small percentage customer, that customer of 0.1%. That screams the loudest on Twitter. That's always offended. It's always offended if you're just walking down the street and you've got a, say, something American on your t-shirt, and it's always offended. But it screams louder on Twitter. And that's why we're getting so much woke shite out of these studios. So much woke shite, especially the Disney, Marvel, Warner Brothers. Just so much woke shit. It's shit. It's fucking absolute shit. A lot of S's there. Shit. God. It's just fucking shite. It's where every majority of characters are now all female, all powerful. For instance, Marvel's Secret Invasion, the most strongest, well, Marvel in general, the most strongest person in Marvel comics now, or in their film universe, is Emilia Clarke's character. She is the most powerfulest. There's so many women dominating these male. There's so many women dominating these projects, and there's someone, I think it was Neurotic, who counted it's like 22 female characters to, I think it was 7 male characters. Maybe not even that. It's just pathetic. It's just bad. And the majority of people who see these films are men. These two big studios are just chasing that imaginary customer that will never ever be there. It may tweet about it, yes, it may tweet about it, but it's not going to buy a ticket. It's not going to turn up. It may turn up to the red carpet and, come with its rainbow coloured stuff and, gets a photo op, but it still ain't going to buy a ticket. It still ain't going to watch your shit. It probably doesn't even have Disney Plus or Max. So, yeah. That's my prediction. I think Blue Beetle is going to take a huge shit on James Gunn's desk. Well done, here you go. Fucking recover from that, you dick. Recover from that, you dickhead. I know it's not James Gunn's fault. He's done fantastic work with Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was probably the best of Marvel since Endgame. In Endgame it had so many plot holes in that film, but yeah, that's probably been the best since Endgame. And James Gunn has gone to the rival DC. Hopefully this doesn't hurt his DC. Hopefully it doesn't hurt his DC future, his franchise. But I don't know. What your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, next topic I want to look at, have a chat with you guys, is these face-peeling aliens in Peru. Now, I did a video on this in the week. I may try and link it in the description. But Peru's 7-foot-tall aliens turn out to be illegal gold miners, says officials. But this was a crazy fucking story. They actually peeled a face off a local. They peeled a face off a local. These guys are using jetpacks and they're dressing up like aliens. Locals even compared the attackers to Green Goblin. green goblins, and many speculate it was the face peelers. Fucking hell. I know you South Americans are fucking badasses, but you're face peeling? Come on now, face peeling aliens. Please stop it. We have that planet of murderous robots. Now you're telling me we have a gang of face peelers stealing gold and dressing up like aliens? Come on now. Come on. 2023. Oh, we should be all together flying to fucking outer space on Elon Musk's fucking Peru's National Prosecutor's Office has accused legal gold mining gang of posing as 7-foot-tall aliens to terrorize locals. Now, that's not funny because they have been terrorizing locals. One has allegedly tried to snatch a girl, a 14-year-old girl, cut her neck, so she maybe struggled, and a clip on the guy. I don't know what, I'm just getting in my head. It cut her neck. It's not funny, no. That's a serious fucking crime. They're basically doing it to try and get locals to stay in so they don't foil their gold mining pursuit. It just a crazy story because for a while I've been seeing 7-foot-tall aliens in Peru peeling off people's faces. It turns out it's a gold mining gang. Although peeling off people's faces and snatching little girls is fucking horrifying and horrible. According to a report by the New York Post, the locals in Alto Nanay, I probably fucked that up, Alto Nanay, or Alto Nanay, a hamlet of about 3,000 people in the northern Amazon basin, claim to see armoured and floating 7-foot aliens. Now, there's something on later, what I'll talk about later, what's maybe added with this. Floating 7-foot aliens, dark coloured hoods flying around since the mid-July, so it's been going on for some fucking time. Impervious to bullets. The locals even compared the attackers to green goblins, and many speculated it was the face peelers. The media outlet reported that gangs are hopping to instill fear in locals to keep them inside their homes and away from their illegal gold mines. It was also speculated that the gangs are using jetpacks to reach more unattainable spots in the dense jungle near the Nanay River to mine for more gold. Now, this gang of gold mine, are they, stealing the gold, and then half the gold they get is going to fund their jetpack obsession, maybe? Or did they steal these jetpacks is probably the more likely case. That's crazy. This gang of face peelers, you fucking animals, peeling off people's faces. We've got enough for this fucking planet of murderous robots. Fucking murderous robots. Murderous robots out there. I'm going to tweet that later. Murderous robot planet. Now, that fucking scary / fucking horrifying news, it turns out it's not aliens, it's not goblins, it's just fucking horrible gold miners who are stealing the gold in this area. Oh, fucking horrible bastards. Horrible bastards. But here's to you, here's to the locals in the Alto Nanay region. God bless. Hope you come out on the other side. Hope you catch these perpetrators. Hope they get what's coming to them, and I hope you can lead peaceful and prosperous lives. Cheers. Now, on that serious note, let's go to the numbers. I love this site. I fucking love this site. Blue Beetle is number 1. I don't know what that N means. It maybe means it's neutral at the minute. Barbie is still, it's number 2. It was number 1. This fucking film is smashing it. So, this film is fucking worldwide box office as 1.2 billion. I think the production budget on this was 100 million. So let's be generous. Let's say it got 100 million marketing costs. I think that's a little bit more because they have fucking over. I've seen this everywhere. This has got great word of mouth because there's fucking people memeing on it. Not bad memes, good memes, funny memes. And this film is just fucking smashing it. So it's all in all, 200 it cost. It's fucking made a billion. Made a fucking billion. It's crazy. I do want to see it, but I'm not going to pay for it at the fucking cinema. No, I'll wait for it to come out somewhere. Unless someone wants to pay for me to go watch it at the cinema. I'll go by myself. I'll sit like this. Maybe have a pink t-shirt off, cowboy hat. I could go as Cowboy Ken. That wouldn't be that funny, would it? So, let's go back a couple. And then Strays, that's got an N next to it. So, I guess I would say that it's its opening weekend. There two opening weekends, so it's just neutral at the minute. But Oppenheimer is smashed it. Worldwide box office 671 million. Domestically, just over 275. Internationally, just over 390 million. Production budget on this was pretty much the same. 100 million. Let's be generous again. Let's be generous again and say, because I did see a lot of marketing for this. So 200. It still made 400 million at the box office. Barbie and Oppenheimer. I will post it. I did a review to Oppenheimer. A fantastic film. Absolute fantastic film. I will document it. I will leave the my review in the description. So if you want to go check that out, please check that out. It's I thought this film was fantastic. Absolute fantastic. And these two films are sort of saved the, not saved the cinema, the theatres, but it's done a huge fucking. It had an amazing couple of weekends with both these films. And then what Hollywood decides to do? Go on strike. Well done, you fucking idiots. Well done, you absolute fucking bellends. Well done. You know, writers' strike and film actors' strike. I don't know what your actors are striking about. Yeah, you maybe want more money. I want more money. Do a decent fucking job. Maybe you get some good money. But the amount of shit what's out at the minute, it's shit. Shit, absolute fucking shit. Now, you could come across and say, well, we're being overworked. Yeah, fair enough. If you're being overworked, you're being overworked. But still, you're producing shit. Now, I feel for you if you are being overworked, but I can't quite get into the details of why you're striking, but I know you're striking because you want more money, and you also want, if you write something up for a studio, if you produce a script for a studio, you want paying for the script, whether the studio picks it up or doesn't. Now that's could be wrong. Don't take my word for that. That's what I heard. Maybe the the studio needs to pay you money before you give them a script, even if they take the script or not. Well, that's fucking wrong. That's not right. You're a fucking bunch of idiots. You really are. This could fucking shut down the cinemas because you are fucking greedy bastards. Yeah, the studios are greedy bastards. But yeah, do what you fucking want. A lot of this shit you've been writing is shit, absolute shit. Especially for the big studios, Disney, Warner Brothers. Can you say, apart from Guardians of the Galaxy and the Spider-Mans, can you name me one decent Marvel film? Or Disney film? DC film? Paramount has Yellowstone. It has the whole Yellowstone universe. It has Tulsa King. The Offer, which was fantastic as well. Even that's still losing fucking money. It's losing money. And you guys still want fucking money. Studios are losing money. So where are they going to get this fucking money from? To pay you more? Fucking bunch of assholes. Bunch of fucking assholes, greedy cunts. Alright, now. My last topic. That really could have gone in a dark place. That really could have gone dark. I'll take a sip because that really could have. Well done, Eddie. You didn't go very dark. I maybe should have gone really dark because they're fucking idiots. They're idiots. They really are idiots. If you disagree with me, fair enough. If you agree with me, great. If you disagree with me, let me know why you disagree with me. And if you do disagree with me, you'll probably fucking hate my guts. And we probably wouldn't even be able to have a conversation. But majority of people on the left rather not have a conversation with people on the right. And they're just generally throw names at them. So that's where we are in today's day and age. But here we are, my last topic of the night. This has been a great episode. I'm having a great time with you guys. I hope you're having a great time. Hope you're having a fantastic time. I may actually, before I go on my last topic. So, just before I hit my last topic, Rippaverse. I'm having a great time with you guys. I hope you're having a great time with me, listening to me. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a laugh. Let's promote Rippaverse. Icing number 2. If you haven't got your copy, what are you waiting for? Go grab it. It's fucking... Yes, it is. It's expensive, but this is a thick book, ladies. It's smashing it. 2.2 million, and his pre-order campaign goal was 350,000. He's fucking smashed it. Old Eric July and Gabe Cliff Richards, not the Cliff Richards, but a better Cliff Richards. Gabe and Eric, cheers guys. I have it. I've got to do a review on Icing 1, number 1. I haven't got Icing number 2 yet. I will do a review on my YouTube channel, so please, I will let you know when I've done my review on that, because it's a fantastic comic. You can get Icing number 1. You can get it. You'll probably get it in a week or two here in the UK. In America, you'll probably get it the next day. You lucky bastards. But Icing 1, 3.3 million. Total purchases 42,000. Icing 2, it's 18,000 purchases, and the end of August ends on the end of August, so don't have long. You don't have long left, so please hurry. Well, the campaign goals end. It'll still be out there for sale, so please get your copy of Item 2. Fantastic. I went over it a lot last week. It's fantastic. If you can support him, please do. If you can donate a book, that would be awesome. Please do. What are you doing? Go grab your copy. Go grab a copy of Item 1. Go grab a copy of Item 2. You will not regret it. You will not regret it. So, after that, let's go to the Times of India. Cheers, India. What is your favourite curry? Myself, I like a boona. Obviously a tikka because I'm British. Who doesn't like a tikka masala? Or a madras. I do love a chicken sag. Fucking love a chicken sag. So, Project Bluebeam. So, let's close a couple of these stuff down. Get rid of that shit. So, Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory about a supposed project whose purpose is to create an artificial second coming in order to control people. As per the alleged theory, the New World Order's purpose is to 1. Abolish all Christian and traditional religions in order to replace them with a one world religion based on the cult of man. So, the WHO, World Health Organization, that one what Charles Schwab is involved with, which I think is the Economical Forum, World Economic Forum, I think that's the one. Climate change, that could be a new religion. 2, to abolish all national identities with the mass migration into Europe. That's starting to happen. And national pride in order to establish a world identity and a world pride. 3, to abolish the family as known today in order to replace them with individuals all working for the glory of the new one world government. Now, we have heard politicians say, Joe Biden says, not your kids, they're all America's kids. Charles Schwab, who I'm pretty sure it's the World Economic Forum, it says you'll own nothing, but you will be happy. So Project Bluebeam is based, maybe not a second coming, maybe in India that's maybe what it's. So as I've seen it, I've researched it. It's not researched it, the wrong word. Looked into it, and the Project Bluebeam is basically a hologram. So you think of so it's going to project a alien invasion. That's what I hear. So they project an alien invasion. Maybe this is where I get with this Peru. In a sec, I will add them two together. So they want to project an alien invasion. That's going to happen, and for you to get through this alien invasion, you need to trust the government. You need to help the government. You need to maybe stay indoors. Maybe give up all your passports. Maybe have a chip in your hand or your arm for the government. Maybe it's going to be mass world climate change, maybe what we're seeing in Maui at the minute. My thoughts and prayers to the people in Hawaii. So now where I get with the Peru. So what happened in Peru? There was a story of one of the chiefs in Peru that shot at one of these, and it seemed to, I heard a story that it seemed to go through and not do any damage to the alien gold miner at all. So where I joined the two together, so did they start, I know the governments, I hope you know the governments, they're not to be trusted. And I wouldn't put it past the governments to maybe try this Project Bluebeam on its own people, on the people of Peru, Brazil, India, Africa, to see what kind of, if they'll get any pushback, if what they want happens. So these people did stay in their houses for quite some time, in Peru, sorry. So are they just doing it in a local area first before they go globally or nationally? That's how I had them. I hope that makes sense. I really do hope that makes sense to you guys. But I don't think, I do like this conspiracy of Project Bluebeam. I just don't think we have the technology there yet for it. Now, I'm probably wrong, because in the 70s, the United States had drones in the 70s. Now, we know drones today as them little aircraft things. In the 70s, they had drones, nuclear powered drones. So they probably didn't go past, but they did have drones in the 70s, maybe on massive scale. But so in the 70s they had drones, and now I don't know how long you've heard of drones for, but maybe in the last 10 years I've only started hearing of drones. So 30 years they've had this technology and not said a word. Maybe 20 years and not said a word. Crazy. So Project Bluebeam, I don't think we've got the technology there yet. I don't. If they do project an alien invasion, it just takes one person to throw something at it and a rock goes through a image, and maybe they'll just keep it up in the skies, and maybe have world leaders go up and try and have a conversation with the alien overlords, and one of these leaders dies, and that sends the whole world into a panic, which I won't put it past them. I hope to send up Hillary Clinton. That's another story. So anyway, I thought that was a little topic we could end on. I will look into Project Bluebeam a little bit more, and I will do a dedicated video on Project Bluebeam on my YouTube channel, Rumble channel, TikTok. I will link everything in the descriptions. Please go check me out on them. Please give me I'm not sure, can't remember how Apple and Spotify work, but please follow or like and subscribe. YouTube, please like and subscribe if you've liked this episode, and same with Rumble, please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this. I hope you've had a good time with me tonight. Whatever time of day you listen to this, I hope you had a great time with me. I had a fantastic time with you. I can't wait to do this again. So I've been Rare One. I will see you in my next episode. Peace. Cheers.